system. Hence, internal energy, Helmholtz free energy, Gibbs function, and enthalpy are called as thermodynamic potential. Before moving towards second most important part of this chapter, that's Maxwell thermodynamic relation, let us study what is the second law of thermodynamics. This law states that entropy of isolated system never decreases because isolated system spontaneously move towards equilibrium state, that is the state of maximum entropy. Also see what is the homogeneous system in thermodynamics. System whose chemical composition and physical properties are same in all parts of the system is called as homogeneous system, or the system whose properties vary continuously from point to point without discontinuity is called as homogeneous system in thermodynamics. Let us study Maxwell thermodynamic relations. These relations obtained using first and second law of thermodynamics. To determine state of homogeneous system, we must have the knowledge of variables such as pressure, volume, temperature, and internal energy, and also entropy of the system, as well as mass should be considered. Using thermodynamic variables, certain relations exist. They are known as Maxwell thermodynamic relations. These are 4 Maxwell thermodynamic relations. These provide relationship between measurable quantities and quantities which are difficult to measure or can't be measured. These 4 equations gives equation for values of variables pressure, volume, temperature, and entropy in terms of thermodynamical potentials F, G, U, and H. Helmholtz free energy, Gibbs function, internal energy, and enthalpy. These are the equations for TDS equation. First TDS equation is TDS is equal to CV dt plus T dabba P by dabba T at constant volume into dV. Here entropy is the function of volume and temperature. In second TDS equation, entropy is the function of pressure and temperature. TDS equation used to calculate change in entropy during reversible processes in terms of either dV and dt or dP and dt or dV and dP. Next, see specific heat equation, that is equation which relates Cp Cv with the thermodynamic variables. So by solving we get Cp minus Cv is equal to T dabba P by dabba T at constant volume dabba V by dabba T at constant pressure. This is the equation for specific heat. In case of ideal gas, Cp minus Cv results capital R, where R is molar gas constant. For van der Waals gas, Cp minus Cv is equal to R in bracket 1 plus 2A upon VRT, where A is the gas constant. Next, see latent heat equation, that is delta P by delta T is equal to capital L T in bracket V2 minus V1, where L is the quantity of heat required to change state of unit mass of substance, and V2 and V1 are the volumes of masses. Then dt is equal to the change in the melting point or boiling point due to change in pressure, that is dP. Effect of pressure on boiling point. In the process of vaporization, final volume is always greater than initial volume, so that V2 minus V1 term is positive and capital L, that is latent heat, is also positive, so that delta P by delta T is equal to positive value. This shows that boiling point of liquid is raised by increase of pressure. That is, boiling point of liquid is increase with increase in pressure. Next, see effect of pressure on melting point. Melting point of substance which expands on melting is raised by increase of pressure and vice versa. That's why wax hardens and ice melts with increase in pressure. Next point is Joule-Thomson effect. In this effect, when a gas under high pressure is allowed to pass through a porous plug to a region of low pressure, then its temperature is lowered, which is known as Joule-Thomson effect. Last point of this chapter is throttling process. Throttling is a process where high pressure fluid is converted into low pressure by using a throttle valve. In a throttling process, enthalpy of system remains constant. In the figure, we can observe initial and final states of gas. Here P1 V1 is the initial state and P2 V2 is the final state of the gas. In the cylinder, the walls of cylinders are perfectly insulating, so that there is no exchange of heat to the surrounding or from the surrounding to the gas in a chamber. To maintain P1 and P2 constant, left side volume is gradually decrease and right side volume is gradually increase. This continues until all gas is pushed into right side of the chamber, so that final equilibrium state, that is P2 V2, is attained, so that throttling process is completed. Using first law of thermodynamics, that is dq is equal to du plus dw, also consider in this process dq is 0 as process performed adiabatically. Further solving, we get u1 plus p1 v1 is equal to u2 plus p2 v2, which is equal to u plus pv is equal to constant, which implies enthalpy H of a system remains constant. In throttling process, enthalpy is conserved due to this Joule-Thomson effect called as isoenthalpic effect.